So the first thing you're going to do is head over to this Unity page, link in the description, and we're going to want to download Unity Hub. This will act as kind of a hub for all of our different world projects. Immediately, once you're done with that, we're going to head over back to the ZEPETO documentation. You'll be here pretty often, so make sure to kind of save this for your world development. But what we're caring about right now is downloading the correct version of Unity that we'll be using for ZEPETO development. So as you can see here, the version that we're currently looking for is 2020.3.9. And if you want to go ahead and click on the Unity Hub and then open Unity Hub, this will go ahead and install it in Unity Hub. And to verify that we do have it in Unity Hub, you can go ahead and check your Installs tab and make sure that it is there and or downloading. Next up, we're just going to go ahead and want to create a new project. So if you go over to the Projects tab and then hit New Project, this can be any type of project. We're actually just using this to install a template. So go ahead and select whatever you want, whatever name, doesn't really matter, and go ahead and click Create Project. Now the next thing we're going to want to do is install the ZEPETO template for Unity. You can go ahead and do this by heading over back to that documentation we talked about earlier and clicking the download link for that. Double clicking the download for that will actually open it up in our empty ZEPETO project that we just opened. And now we're going to want to import that. And that's pretty much all we need to do for this empty project. Now going back to it, we're going to go ahead and go back to the Unity editor. And we're going to remove this project. We will no longer need it. This was just a temporary thing. You might want to go back in your files and actually delete it because Unity does not do that for you. And then we're going to go create a new project. Go over to the new ZEPETO template. Make sure to select the correct version of Unity or else you won't see it. And then click ZEPETO default project. And now you can name it to whatever you want your project to be. Now to confirm that everything is all good, let's go ahead and check that we have these three little things here at the top bar. And you'll see the little ZEPETO icon, and that's how you know you did it correctly. Now, really quick to cover kind of how you will be testing your world for the most part. If you click on the little ZEPETO icon on the top of your bar in Unity, this is how you will build a QR code, which you can actually open using your camera on your phone or whatever device you may be using to actually open up this test world on your device. Now, it is super important to note that you will have to be connected to the same network on both your computer and phone in order for this to work. If you're having any trouble, please check out the documentation. There's some help on how to get it working there. Next, you're going to open up the ZEPETO console. This is where you will manage, upload, and publish your ZEPETO world. So we're going to go ahead and want to sign into that. Now that you're logged in, you can kind of manage your world here. There's a bunch of different options, but we're going to go ahead and create our world, make worlds with Unity, and then go ahead and configure kind of some of your settings real quick. The most important one is the world ID though, because you cannot change that later. But after you're done with that, you can go ahead and create it. You can use this to upload your files, check products, if you have any currencies in your game, if you have player data you want to look at, all of that can be accessed here. And this is how you will get your world on ZEPETO. To actually upload your world to ZEPETO really quick, we'll want to go ahead and sign in on Unity with our ZEPETO account. We're going to want to go ahead and open our world settings. And we're going to kind of configure these to match what we went ahead and set up in the world console. Most importantly, that world ID. It's also pretty important to note that you can change the orientation from vertical and horizontal. This will make it so vertical, if you're holding your phone, the world will be up and down. And if you set it to horizontal, your world will now be in landscape mode. Of course, there's also other things like the player count, which should be self-explanatory. Now, let's get to publishing our world. If we go ahead and click on the Publish tab, we can actually go ahead and make our world. It will start to go through a similar process like when we were building the QR code, compiling all of our scripts and getting everything ready. And now we're going to go ahead and click either upload or cancel. Either way, there will be a file. So if you want to try clicking upload, that should automatically send it. But for doing it manually, we will click cancel and then upload it ourselves. The best way to do this is to go to the folder where our project was made, then go to the build tab in there, go to the ZEPETO folder, and then you'll see a ZEPETO package that we will actually use to upload our world. Now we can go back to the console and we will drag and drop this file in there. And then if everything is going correctly, you should see it uploading and building your world. Then once this is complete, we will finally be able to test our world with people outside of our local network. For example, here you can see the copy test link, which we will use to send to the other players. Any player besides the person who made it will actually need to be whitelisted, which you can also do from this menu.